Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. This is Code Breaker Gaming, and tonight I am back with a video on a game that I think definitely needs to get some more shine on it. As you guys know, if you're not new to the channel, if you're a returning viewer, you guys know that I have been playing a fuck ton of Dead by Daylight. I've been doing videos on each individual killer to figure out which ones suit my playstyle and how their abilities work, so that I can determine who was going to be my main killer moving forward while I'm playing Dead by Daylight. I've made that determination. But now I have to revisit a video game that I played long before I came to the Dead by Daylight community. And this video game, in my opinion, is a direct competitor to Dead by Daylight. But this game flew under the radar for whatever reason, and a lot of people are either unaware of it or they just didn't give it any of their attention. So tonight, I am going to be showing you Friday the 13th, the game. And as you know, Jason Voorhees is the killer in the Friday the 13th movie franchise. Jason is not one of the selectable killers in Dead by Daylight, and this game here is the reason why. Dead by Daylight gives you Freddy Krueger, you get Michael Myers, you get Pinhead, you get the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you get the Ghostface, you know. But the closest thing they could give you to Jason was the Trapper, who I strongly believe is inspired by Jason. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Tonight, I'm going to show you guys a fuck ton of gameplay from Friday the 13th, the game. And I'm going to be going over why this game is a direct competitor to Dead by Daylight, and giving you the pros and the cons of this game in comparison to Dead by Daylight, and letting you know at the end of the video which game I think is truly better than its competitor and why. But before I jump into this topic, if you're new to the channel, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. This lets you know when I upload new gameplay videos and when I do live broadcasts. And trust me, you're going to want to be subscribed, because I'm going to be bringing you more gameplay videos on games such as this one. If you're enjoying the content that I create here on this channel, smash that like button, leave a comment below, let us know what you think about the content we're creating here. But more importantly, if you're viewing this video, and I'm assuming you are, I need you to leave a comment and let me know what you think about this game based on the gameplay that you're about to see. Let me know if you agree with the opinion about the pros and cons of this game versus Dead by Daylight. And most importantly, let me know if you think the decision that I make at the end of this video, when I tell you which one of these games is better, Friday the 13th, the game, or Dead by Daylight. So without any further ado or delay, let's get to it. Let's start this up. And we'll go through this brief menu here. So before I even start a match, before I show you anything, let me show you this, okay? First things first. Now in this game, obviously, you play as Jason Voorhees. He is the only killer in this game. But they did something unique. So, let me show you this. When I go to progression, I'm sorry, not progression. Customize is what I meant to click on. You have counselor, you have Jason, and you can customize your spawn preference, which is when you launch into a multiplayer game, do you prefer to play as Jason, or do you prefer to play as a counselor, which is the equivalent to playing as a survivor in Dead by Daylight? So check this out. If you want to customize your Jason appearance, we'll go to Jason. And as you can see, they have different versions of Jason. So while Jason is the only killer that you get to play as in this game, look at this. You have Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2. Now, if you're familiar with Ghostface and the Scream movie franchise, he asks you a question in Scream 1. And that question is, who was the original killer in Friday the 13th? And the girl says, it's Jason, it's Jason. And he says, Jason's mother was the killer in the first movie. Jason didn't show up until the sequel. That means it's time to die. You notice there is no Part 1 Jason. Jason starts at Part 2 when he first made his appearance. And in Friday the 13th Part 2, this is what Jason looked like. Flannel shirt, overalls, and he had a sack on his head with his eye cut out. So this is the Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2. Now, here's the thing. You got grab kills, okay? So you can pick 4 different grab kills, and there's a huge variety of them, as you can see. He has some of them I haven't even unlocked. So he can kill you multiple ways with a weapon, as you can see down here. That's 6 different ways he can kill you with a weapon, depending on what weapon he has. Then he has all of these different grab kills that he can do. And I'm going to be showing you some of these in the gameplay. I don't want you to see what they are. I'm just going to scroll past and let you know. He has tons of different ways he can kill you. So I'm back out of this. I'm not going to customize his weapon is the axe, but that's the weapon of choice. I can't change this. Now, the beautiful thing about it is, depending on which version of Jason you use, it determines his strengths and weaknesses. That changes. So the strengths of Jason in Part 2, he can run. Okay? How many times have you seen Jason run in a Friday the 13th movie? I bet you the only time you've seen him do it was in Part 2. And maybe in one other part, but for the most part, Jason walks. But in this, Jason, one of his strengths of using the Part 2 Jason is he can run. He can set traps. Who does that in Dead by Daylight? The Trapper does that, right? And the Trapper, if you look at him, is inspired by Jason Voorhees. So I think that the developers to Dead by Daylight could not get the rights, couldn't secure the rights to put Jason in their game, so they gave us a likeness in the Trapper. And they probably couldn't secure the rights because the developers of this game were releasing this game, and they are true Jason Voorhees fans. And the other thing is, he can morph. What morph means is he can increase his regeneration speed. Okay, now here's his weaknesses. He cannot shift. Now what shift is kind of like, it's kind of like what the Wraith does. It's where he, you know what, I don't even want to explain it to you. I want to show it to you, because if I explain it to you, it may confuse you. But when you see what it is and how they use it to determine how Jason seems to be everywhere at once, you're going to say, oh my God, that is sick. His defense is a weakness. Part 2 has lower HP and block chances. Okay. And water speed. So if he's in water, he doesn't move as fast. Those are the weaknesses for Jason from Part 2. So here's how I'm going to do this video. I've gone over Jason Part 2. Now I'm going to show you a game with Jason Part 2. Or you know what? No, let me not do it that way. Let me show you all the Jasons we have and how they're different. So this is Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2. Here's Jason from Friday the 13th Part 3, and you see how his appearance changed. Now in Friday the 13th Part 3, Jason, was, I think he had to break free from the bottom of Crystal Lake. So you see why his appearance changed, why he looks more deformed, and why he has an actual hockey mask. Now his weapon changed in Part 3. He has an axe as opposed to the pickaxe that he had in Part 2. Okay. Now the kills, the grab kills, they can be used on any version of Jason because he always does some outlandishly insane kills. So you can modify these for whichever Jason you want. You pretty much have the same list to pick from. His weapon will change based on the movie which version of Jason you're using now. Here are the strengths to part 3. This Jason can run, meaning it results in a slightly faster top end speed, so he can run. His weapon strength, his weapons deal more damage, and his grip strength, meaning once he grabs you, it's harder for the camp counselors to break free. This is similar to Dead by Daylight. Now, if you have that particular perk attached to your killer, it makes it harder for the survivors to break free before you can hook them. Now, the equivalent to that is here, when Jason grabs you, he can move you around and he can kill you in many different ways on this game. He can use the environment to kill you, and that is what his grip strength is for, so that he has more time to take you where he wants to kill you. For example, maybe he wants to throw you in a fireplace, but he'll need to grab you and drag you over to the fireplace before he can execute that kill. That is what his grip strength is for. Now, his weakness is stalk, which is a perk, which is a ability in Dead by Daylight. He has decreased stalking duration. His sense is a weakness for part 3, meaning decreased sense duration and range. And stun resistance. His duration and chance to be stunned by a counselor is higher. Okay? Counselors on this game can do things like drop fireworks to stun him, to distract him. They have many different ways that they can execute these things. And this is part 3, Jason. We move on to the next Jason, which is part 4. You see his appearance is altered yet again. He has a different mask and he looks a little bit more deformed. Now, this Jason, as you can see, I don't have any kills. I don't have any grab kills attached to this Jason. Now, I don't know if that's because he can't execute them, because I can't even seem to select. I can't even seem to select them. Wow. And I never played, apparently, as the part 4 Jason. I didn't like the appearance of him. But either way, his strengths, he can run. Okay. He has weapon strength. Okay. And he has destruction, which means he has increased speed for breaking down doors and walls. This is the equivalent to Dead by Daylight when one of the survivors drops a pallet in front of you. In this game, they have actual, what do you call those things? Little barracks, little counselor huts, little camp houses. They can close doors on you, which is the equivalent of dropping a pallet. Jason can smash those doors down to get inside. Wherever he wants to go, he can use his destruction ability to get inside of these places. Now, the reason that I don't have the part 4 Jason, I just came to realize he's locked. I have to reach level 44 to unlock this Jason. His weaknesses: water speed again. He moves slower in water. His shift regeneration speed, and he can it says traps. Start the match equipped with less traps. Okay, so again, just like the trapper in Dead by Daylight, you know what I mean, who obviously again is inspired by Jason Voorhees. So that's Jason part 4. Here's part 5. Now you notice that part 5 looks a little bit smaller, a little bit more human. He has a different mask, different outfit. His weapon is shears. And part 4 has a pig splitter as his weapon. So part 5 has shears. The grab kills, like I said, doesn't matter which version you use. He has all these different kills. You can equip them to any version of Jason you use. He has less weapon kills. The weapon kills are determined by the weapon that he has. I have unlocked all 3 of the weapon kills that he has for his particular weapon. Let's back out. His strengths. This Jason has throwing knives, kind of like the trickster in Dead by Daylight. He starts the match equipped with more of them. This one has an increased stalk duration, and he can run. His weaknesses: stun resistance, so he can be stunned easier. He has a weaker grip, which means counselors can break free easier from his grip. And his defense: he has lower HP and block stance. That's the part 5 Jason. Let's go to the next, part 6 Jason. His weapon is a spear, okay, and he has specific kills that are attached to that weapon. His strengths, like part 5, throwing knives. He has an increased sense, which means He can detect camp counselors' footsteps, their breathing, their heartbeat. He can use that to figure out where they're located on the map of Crystal Lake, which is a pretty big map, much bigger than any map on Dead by Daylight. And he can shift, increase regeneration speed. His weaknesses are morph. He has decreased regeneration speed. He can't run, which means this Jason only walks. He cannot run. He can walk a little faster, but he can't actually jog. That's a weakness. Okay, and he has a lower HP and block stance, and that's the part 6 Jason. Part 7, this is quite possibly my favorite Jason because of his appearance. You see the chain around his neck that he had to break to get from the bottom of Crystal Lake. You see part of his mouth and jaw is exposed from the side of the mask. He's completely mangled, and this is the vicious Jason. This is the one I like. He has the machete, which is the kind of like the weapon you associate with Jason. It's a machete. All that other stuff, you're just like, what? But yeah, so let's go over his strengths. Obviously, before we do that, he has kills. He has more kills with the machete, 6, as opposed to the part 5 Jason, which only had 3 kills with his specific weapon. So again, depending on which version of Jason you're using, it will determine which weapon is associated with that version, and that weapon has a certain number of kills that are attached to it. I will be showing you those momentarily. Now this Jason, part 7, his strengths are sense, which means increased sense duration. He can move faster in water. Obviously, he was at the bottom of Crystal Lake. Look at this guy. He's all fucked up and shit. So he can move faster at the bottom of the crystal. He can move faster when he's in water. Unlike Dead by Daylight, camp counselors can actually get in water. They can actually swim away from Jason. And he can get in the water and he can swim behind them and kill them in the water. I'm going to be showing you this. Actually, that's one of the ways the camp counselors can escape Jason. They have multiple ways to escape him. Dead by Daylight, the only way you escape is you fix the generators, you power the gate, and you open it and you run out the exit gate. Or you can jump through a hatch. In this game, the counselors have multiple ways that they can get away from Jason. They can get away from him by boat. They can get away from him by a car. They can get away from him by calling the cops to come to the camp and save them from Jason. And guess what? They can call Tommy to come to the camp and help them defend against Jason. Yeah, this game is sick, and it's a direct comparison to Dead by Daylight. And I'm going to be telling you again which video is better. Which game is better between the two. So part 7's Jason. He has the weapon strength, deals more damage, faster in the water, and he has increased sense duration. His weaknesses: he cannot run, he has less traps, and he can be stunned. Has a higher chance to be stunned. We got part 8. Part 8 is locked. He unlocks at level 20. His weapon is fire axe. His strength: faster in the water, he can break down obstacles faster, increased stalk duration. His weaknesses is his grip strength, he cannot run, and his sense duration range. Sense duration and range. Then we have part 9. This Jason is all fucked up too. But he's locked at level 31. His weapon is a battle axe. His strengths: increased shift regeneration speed. He has a stun resistance, so it's harder to stun him. And he has increased stalk duration. His weaknesses: less traps, less hit points, and he cannot run. And that's it. So now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a match as one of these Jasons so you guys can see how Jason plays versus any of the killers in Dead by Daylight. So, but before I do that, no, actually, let's do that first, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the counselors. So we're going to do an offline match because this game, I don't know if the servers are still up. So let's do an offline play. We'll do bots. These are the different stages. So you got Higgins Haven, Packensack, Crystal Lake small, Packensack small, Higgins Haven small, Crystal Lake, the Jarvis house, Tommy Jarvis, that's his last name, and Pinehurst. So we're going to pick Crystal Lake. we're gonna pick. Which Jason should I pick, dude? You know, I'm gonna pick this Jason. Part 6. We're gonna do part 6. Let me see. Actually, no. Let's do part 7 since he gets the machete. Let's accept part 7, Jason. Counselors. We're gonna max out the counselors. It's 7. Now, Dead by Daylight only has 4 survivors. This game allows you to get 7 counselors, and we're gonna start this match. I want you guys to get your popcorn. I want you to put the baby to bed. I want you to turn all the music down, and I want you to pay special attention to this game and how Jason plays. And I want you to think about Dead by Daylight as you're watching it, and I want you to have a comparison between the 2 games in your own mind. I'll be doing the pros and cons. Let's get this game started. And again, I'm sorry that intro took as long as it did for me to show you and explain that to you. Now I'm in my hut. You can see there's mommy's head and sweater and bodies and all of that.
They're here, Jason. Find them.
See, this Jason can't run, but he can walk a little faster. Now, I want to show you guys something. Now this is, I can morph. Now I'm over there. Oh, see? Fireworks.
Jason. Don't let them. That's my boy. Hunt them down and make them pay.
Now see those little circles that you guys see? Those circles are moving survivors. So this is how he senses where they are. And wait a minute. Okay. This is how he knows an approximate area where they are. Now you see this dummy? This is how sensibility works. Come on, my guy.
He's killing me! No!
They deserve to die, Jason. Make them suffer.
I didn't mean to do that. Now this is his shift, so it's kind of like explains how he moves around the map, how he seems to be in all places at once. Now I haven't thrown a knife or set a trap yet. That's something I try to reserve when I can be more, when I can predict where they are. Ooh. Bikini babes. See, they can run, I can't catch them. There's a car. If they repair that car, that's one way they can escape. the camera. Oh, what?
Jason, my boy,
She stabbed me?
do you know what your gift is? No matter what they do to you.
So you see they can stab you, they can fire, use fireworks. Stalk is now available. And when I use stalk, what it does is it quiets down the warning that I'm close. And she locked the door. Yeah, see, they got knives.
Jason. Don't let them.
I hope nobody finds that freaking gun. Somebody's in here hiding. I know they are. Oh, we got knives. Throwing knives here. I feel like somebody's in here hiding.
That's my boy.
See that?
Hunt them down and make them pay.
I want you guys to let me know. Keep Dead by Daylight in mind while you're watching this, because I'm going to go over the pros of this game, the cons of this game, and how it stacks up against Dead by Daylight, and which game is actually better. So I want you just bear all of this in mind. Now, I'm not going to throw this, but I know they're right here. Oh wait. Let me get this knife. Look at this dummy. No counselors are leaving Kristen late tonight. None of them are going to survive this. What are you doing? What were you doing, my guy? Oh gosh.
Get up, Jason.
How many knives do these guys
Find
have?
them. Kill them.
And fireworks. Lock the damn door. Wait, somebody's over here? They actually ran out the damn house? There's no door in here, dude. Oh, you mother...
Get up, Jason. Find them. Kill
Come on,
them.
come on. Where did he go? Shit. I hear her. Where is she? Make sure they don't jump out this window again. Where's the door? Oh, they got the door locked. No!
Jason,
Damn it.
you know what your gift is. No matter what they do to you, you cannot die. You can never die.
Oh, you dummy.
Special force.
See, they be running up out of here, dude. No, we're not using that. Let's quiet down the music. They don't even know I'm close. What is that noise? I can't. Oh, there she is. She done opened the damn door up.
They want to take you from me, Jason. Don't let them.
And just like Dead by Daylight, the survivors can drop fireworks to kind of stun you. Man, these survivors. See when you can't run, it really. Oh, she screwed herself with that.
Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer like we did.
I don't know how many of them I've already taken out. I know there's one here. Yep.
Jason, my boy.
They got every knife that they could find in the cabins.
No matter what they do to you, you cannot die. You can never die.
And I love how his mother talks to him in his head, like, to give him that motivation. Did she lock the door? She did lock the door. Oh, she ran out, jumped out the damn window. So that makes the map a little bit lighter. So it's kind of like his sensibility. Did she hide in here? Did she really do that?
That's my boy. Hunt them down and make them pay.
There's somebody else. Throwing knives. I'll take that. Where's this other person? I don't see anything on the map. They have to be back this way. Are they in the water? I don't. Where is he? I don't know how many of these guys I've... Rage is active. And when Rage is active, I can just bust through doors. I don't have to keep chopping at them. I can just bust through obstacles. Now, that's a passive ability that becomes active as you progress through the match, so they don't give it to you too early. He's probably trying to find one of these phones. Oh, she's in here. I found her. I found her. Oh, why didn't I just use the rage mode? Didn't I just say that? Let's lighten it up. Okay, that's the one I got earlier. Why do I feel like she's hiding in the bed? No. Maybe she's in this one. No. She's in here somewhere though, for sure, because I heard her. That's the guy that I... Damn. I did that? There's nowhere else for her to hide in here, though. Yeah, there's nowhere else for her to hide in here. But I definitely heard her, which is kind of pissing me off that she's not in here. She is in here. So when you see the cabin is red, that's his sensibility letting him know that the survivor is in that cabin somewhere. But there's nowhere for her to hide. Dude, I am there's nowhere for her to hide, so she isn't under any of the bed. She's in here. She's in.
That's my Jason. That's my special boy.
So I won. I killed all 7 counselors, and that's the equivalent to Dead by Daylight if you sacrifice all 4 of the survivors. And when Jason wins the match, he goes back to his mother's house, cabin. And then we get our match result here. This tells you how much experience you gained based on how versatile you were with your killings, how many you killed, how resourceful you were. And all the other things are things like stalking, the party crashers, destroying generators so that the cabin is dark. You know. So let me show you a different stage with a different Jason. And then after that, I'll show you the survivors. I'm sorry, the counselors. Because this, I'm trying to explain to you guys that this game and Dead by Daylight are, you have to make a pick. So we'll do another online match. We'll do bots again. We'll go to, we did Crystal Lake, so we're not going to do small or big. We'll do pack and sack. Actually, yeah, we'll do pack and sack. Let's do pack and sack. And let's pick a different Jason. So that was part 7 that we just used. Part 8 is locked. Part 9 is locked. I'm not going to do part 2. I'll tell you what, let's do part 5's Jason. Yeah, let's do part 5's Jason. We'll keep it on 7 counselors, so you get to see more. And as always, if you guys are new to the channel, we invite you to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when I upload new videos and when I do live broadcasts. If you're enjoying this content, smash that like button, leave us a comment. Let us know what you're enjoying about this game. Yeah. Now, not every match starts.
They're out there, Jason.
In the hut.
Find them and get
Or
your revenge.
in mommy's house, I guess I should call it. Not every match starts there. You see, now this Jason can run. And you see, as the match progresses, you see my abilities that are attached to the R1 button. There's only one unlocked right now, but as the match progresses, more of them become available. There's my sense, and that's basically just lightening the map up so I can see better in the dark. First thing I gotta do, see, I can see him with sense. Let's break this. Wait, I should not have grabbed that knife. Where the hell did they go? They saw me and ran inside. Yep. So Jason, go around the thing. Go around it, bro. There you go. Did they lock the door? I don't think they did. Who said that? Who did that? And that's because just this Jason has better strength. And of course,
They want to hurt you, Jason. Don't let them.
It pisses me off when they get away, especially when I'm inside a cabin, because that's where you get the good environmental kills. So where did she go? She ran out the window. Of course she did. And there's no other way for me to get out except back through the front door. Oh, they're outside. They're trying to fix the generator I broke. Come here. You ain't got no weapon on you? You ain't got no weapon on you?
They want to take you from me, Jason.
So
Don't let them.
Don't run back in the house. Oh, yeah. Hell, she got a bat?
Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer like we did.
Jimi Hendrix, what you doing?
Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer
Is
like
to
we
clear the game? Can you darken a little more?
Can I darken it? I don't believe I can. I can brighten it if I did this, but I cannot darken it. I apologize. That was only because we were inside the cabin that I had knocked the power out of. As you see, as I come in this cabin, it's brighter. You know, I had damaged the generator on the outside of the cabin to make it dark. Let's go get this guy down here. Jump out the window. Are you serious, my guy? Of course, he has a weapon. They always do.
Don't let them.
Hey, that's great. You jumped right into me. How about that?
Hunt them down and make them pay.
And this is where they are. 2 of them at least. And that's what. The door's locked. The door's always locked. There's 3 of them. Oh my God, they ran out. Now, as you guys are watching, if you're fans of Dead by Daylight, once again, I want you to observe everything I am doing that Dead by Daylight does not do. But at the same time, I want you to remember everything that Dead by Daylight does well. Because at the end of this video, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each game and let you know which game I believe is better. And I want you guys to leave comments too and let me know whether you agree with my decision and which game you think is better. Come on, come on. We know we got one over there. Is there a back door? There is. Did she lock it? She did. Oh my gosh. Survivors. We're counselors. And remember, the red lets you know that they're inside the cabin. And you won't know where they're hiding, but it'll at least let you know they're inside the cabin. And if I smash the windows, it prevents they take damage from jumping out. It's where you going? You ain't gonna make it out. You weren't gonna get it past you.
They want to take you from me, Jason. Don't
See how she ducked out the window on me? Oh my gosh, she's gonna be one of those survivors. There's 2 of them now. What you thought you were about to do?
That's my boy. Hunt them down and make them pay.
Take notes. You really feel like Jason. Okay, he's over here. He's inside the cabin. He's got to be. Okay. They be quick to lock these doors, too. Turn off the ch. Oh, that's not even fair. That's a glitch. So I'm not gonna kill you like that. I want to stalk. Boom.
Get up, Jason. Find them. Kill them.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, I feel like my eardrums are about to bust, man. These headsets are crazy. Yeah, you jumped out at the wrong time, homie. Ah! Come here. Oh, come on, man. Oh gosh, no. No. I missed the knife, I missed the grab. There we go. Big mistake.
Yes. Yes. Kill for mother.
Jason, listen. We ain't gotta do all that. She's in here somewhere. She's probably right here. No? The door's locked. The windows are closed. She's in this bed right here, I bet. No? Where is she? Oh, she in this bed right here? Yep.
That's my Jason. That's my special, special boy.
See, this is gonna be finding this last guy. I think it's the last person. Still don't see anybody. Is this him over here? Well, there's not even a boat over here, so. Yeah, see, this guy, he's inside a cabin somewhere for sure. Whoa. Gotta be careful doing that thing. He's not. What the hell? So, let's get into the first pro of this game. The first pro of this game is that you play exclusively as one killer. Now, because you play exclusively as one killer to that horror movie franchise, the developers of this game are able to fiercely focus on everything about that one killer to make sure they get everything right. And as you can see, they got everything right about Jason. How his mask looks, what he wore in that particular part of the movie, what his strengths and weaknesses were in that particular movie that corresponds to the outfit, the weapon that he wore, everything. Everything is right about Jason. They left no stones unturned getting everything right about Jason. He must be over here. He's this doofus at, man. He's hiding in one of these houses. That's pro number one. Now, Dead by Daylight in comparison. When you think about the killers in Dead by Daylight that are familiar to you, okay, that would be Freddy Krueger, Pinhead, Ghostface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I will say they did do those killers well. So while you may not get to enjoy every aspect of that killer, the killer is still very unique, and they play how you expect them to play in a game that is not solely devoted to them. So I think the developers of Dead by Daylight did that very good, in that you can use multiple killers instead of being fully devoted to one. So I have to count that as a pro for both games. This game is a pro because you're exclusively playing as Jason. So if you're a Jason fan, you're going to love that. Now, you don't play as other killers, but you do play as different versions of Jason, depending on which one you decide to play as. And each one has their own strengths, weaknesses, attributes that are associated with it. Even certain kills that are designated to that particular Jason based on the weapon he's using. Maybe he's down here. Where in the hell is this guy? So in terms of that, I'm going to say both games. There he is. Shit. Shit took forever. So there's two of them. Somebody's in his tent. Oh yeah, somebody's in his tent. Chill.
That's my boy. Hunt them down and make them pay.
So, Pro, Friday the 13th, you play exclusively as Jason. And because of that, Jason is exactly like he's expected to be. Dead by Daylight, Pro, you play as many different killers, and they all play unique. So that's a pro for both games. Is he inside the cabin? He's fixing the generator. You're an idiot. I'm right here. Pay attention. Oh,
They
no.
want to hurt you,
No,
Jason.
we're not letting this guy get out of
Don't
here.
let them.
We got 2 minutes. We got 90 seconds. Where'd he go? In the cabin. You're not making it out, bro. You got nothing else to help you, do you? Oh no, I should have killed him. I should have did the kill move.
Don't let them.
You don't have anything? Oh my God!
Get
What?
up, Jason.
Come on!
Find them.
No, he's gonna survive the night. No, you're not. Oh no no no! I fucking missed him. No, he's gonna survive the night. Ah! 7 out of 8. So that means they called in Tommy Jarvis. Tommy Jarvis. Somebody got away. That's okay. Yep, they called in Tommy Jarvis. He was the last one. He's the last one who survived. Cracked, sleeping bag, sneak and destroy, alive. Now, before we do another match as Jason, let me show you the survivors. And I'll do that briefly. I said the survivors. The counselors. So Vanessa Jones, you see that each counselor has different perks that are associated with them. Can I change these? Yes, I can change the perks. Much like Dead by Daylight, and you see what the perks do. Let's look. This one, 13% fear decreases while hiding. So when the counselors are hiding and Jason is near, he can sense their fear to know where they are. So she has fear decreases while hiding, so her fear goes down, but she has less stamina. She has increased attack damage. Her melee stun is decreased. Or these are the perks. I shouldn't say hers, but these are the perks. Now you can your car start timer is decreased, which means like a generator, the perk Grease Monkey, they can fix the car faster, but their penalty is they can't fix the boat as fast. You got the Heavy Mover. This speeds up the amount of time it takes to barricade doors. So this person can lock doors faster when they get inside of one of the cabins. But their noise generating penalty, which means they make a little bit more noise. Level-headed. This means there's a chance to avoid detection completely during Jason's sensibility. So the sensibility is where Jason, where the cabin turns red to let me know that there's a counselor inside. And then if I enter the cabin, it will show the counselor's aura in red. So I know exactly where they're hiding. Level-headed, it gives them +1 sense avoidance chance, but they also make a little bit more noise. Level-headed, level 3, which is an uncommon. Now you see it's the same as it's the same as level 1, which is poor, but your sense avoidance chance goes up +8%, and you make a little bit more noise. You got motorboating, and this is the boat's top speed is increased while you are at the helm, which means 13% boat speed, which means once you fix the boat and you're able to get it in the water and going, if Jason is pursuing you, the boat is moving fast, so the likelihood that Jason could just pop up out of the water and snatch you off of the boat for that final kill is decreased. But because you can fix the boat, you can't repair the car as fast. So it's like a trade-off. You have to know what perks you have equipped to your survivor, and you have to play specific to those perks. Now you have the preparedness. What this does is you start with the large map, which tells you where all the cabins are, where the cars are. If you have the map, it lets you know where everything is. Okay. Do you need it? No. I mean, if you're familiar with the map, you're going to know where all that stuff is anyway. But I mean, I think it adds a nice touch. Okay. So you start the map. You start with a large map, and it also provides some resistance to fear effects. As you can see, +5% fear resistance, but you sprint slower. You got the quiet swimmer, meaning your water noise is reduced. Chances of being detected by Jason's sensibility reduced only while you're in the water. You cannot escape in the water. You can hide, kind of, in the water, but you can't escape in the water unless it's by boat. And you see +6% avoidance chance, fear resistance penalty. So you get scared a little faster. And last, you have the scout, which is escape from Jason's traps, and counselor placed bear traps easier. So if you have this perk equipped and Jason puts down one of his traps, you can get caught in it, but you can also get out of it faster. But you take more damage with this perk. So those are the perks I have equipped for her. Can you change them out? Sure. You click. You see, each counselor gets 3 perks. Now, they get emotes. As you can see here, their stats: stamina, stealth, strength, repair, speed, luck, and composure. These are the stats that each counselor has. What that attribute associated with that stat is changes depending on the counselor, obviously. Now, you got emotes. They got clothes. So you can change their outfits. So she can put on her little tracksuit, She can put on a little bikini. She kind of looks like Tanya from Mortal Kombat with this on. Or she can put on Wonder Woman. I'm guessing that is. But these are kind of like the outfits they wore in the Friday the 13th movies. Or this is the customized appearance. So this one's locked. It says select to open store page. Spring break 84 casual outfit. So each counselor gets outfits that you can customize. Okay, so that's Vanessa Jones. We got Deborah Kim, and as you can see, her attributes have changed for each stat. They're different. She's not as fast. She can repair like a motherfucker though, and she's stealthy as hell. Same thing, the perks all across the board, so you have to pick which ones you want. This is the perk library. You can select any 3 of these for any counselor. Okay, so it just increases the attributes that you see here. That's all it does. So they have their starter attributes, and you pick a perk that will increase one. It may slightly decrease another. You know, you just have to do it that way. Outfits, obviously, custom appearance. She gets the Spring Break 84, and she gets this dumbass pajama bunny one. So the counselors all have customizable outfits. Dead by Daylight, you can customize the survivors' outfits. So in that regard, the games are similar. And that's Deborah Kim. This survivor is locked. This is Tiffany Cox. I believe she was in the remake of Friday the 13th, the one that came out like in 2011 or something like that. I believe she's a character from that particular one. She's locked because I haven't reached level 18 yet, so I can't show you her outfits, but these are her attributes for the stats. And as you can see, she has a lot of stamina, so she can run longer, and she's stealthy as a motherfucker. She's average speed. She's weak with strength, weak in composure, weak in luck. That's Tiffany Cox. Here's Kenny Rydell. Look at Kenny Rydell. Here are his stats. He's like in the middle. He's the 50% guy. Like he's literally not great at anything, but he's not bad at anything either. Here are his outfits. He got his casual outfit. Looks like a dumbass. I don't know what the hell this is. I guess this is his Spring Break 84. So if he's gonna be swimming at the camp, this is what he would wear. Then he's got this funny looking Sheriff Chippendales whatever. And that's Kenny Rydell. Here's Jenny Myers. She has absolutely nothing to do with Michael Myers. No relation. As you can see, let's look over her outfits really quickly. This is her casual outfit, which isn't bad. It matches what they would wear back in the 70s and 80s. Then everybody has their Spring Break 84, which is their bikinis. And I know you guys wanted to check out her cheeks, so I spun her around for you. But yeah, everybody has their Spring Break 84. And then she has this, which is kind of like their Halloween party outfits, I guess. The bunny, the funny looking sheriff, and this. Jenny Myers, that's her. You got Chad Kensington. I believe he was also in the latest remake of Friday the 13th. You hear his attributes. He's lucky as a motherfucker. He's fast as a motherfucker. You know, he can't repair shit. He'll get scared really easily. You know, let's look at his outfits. He's got the Carlton. He's got his Spring Break 84. Looks like a damn Ken doll. And then he's got his Cobra Kai outfit, goddammit. His Johnny Lawrence. He's got on a Johnny Lawrence. Yo, that's fucking funny as hell. Alright, so that's Chad Kensington. We got AJ Mason. Look at her stats. She's known for her stealth and her repair. Look over her outfits. Her casual. Chunky cheeks. Her Spring Break. Chunky cheeks. And her Halloween vibe, I guess. Not bad. Pretty cool. That looks like something that should be in a Michael Myers game. And that is AJ Mason. We got Brandon Bugsby Wilson. And wouldn't you know it, Brandy Bugsy Wilson, he's strong as a motherfucker. He fast as a motherfucker too. And he can run for a long motherfucking time. I think he's like an athlete or some shit like that, because like an athlete, he's also not skilled at repairing anything. He ain't stealthy, and he ain't that lucky. Let's look over his outfits real quick. Yep, he's an athlete. There's his varsity jacket and a high top fade. He got on his what are those on his feet? Spring break. He's a lifeguard, Crystal Lake lifeguard, and he's I guess a Greek god for his costume Halloween party thing. That's Brandon Wilson. Eric J.R. La Chapa. He can repair like a motherfucker. He's a nerd. And he's stealthy because he's scary. Look over his outfits really quickly. His casual, his spring break, and his Andre the Giant WWF. This is unbelievable. And that's Eric La Chapa. We got Adam Palomino. This guy was definitely in the latest remake. He was the asshole that wanted the girl so bad or whatever. But Adam has good composure. He's strong. He's got good repair, average speed. Let's look at his outfits. Leather jacket. The what are those on his feet. Looks like a badass, right? His spring break. I don't know why it's green. It's black in the picture, but it's green on him. And then he has his, this has to be like Sergeant Slaughter, G.I. Joe. No, this is fucking the guy from The Predator that Arnold Schwarzenegger was playing. And that's your Adam Palomino. This guy's locked. This is Mitch Floyd. Can't show you his outfits, but as you can see, he has hella good composure, pretty decent stealth and repair. That's Mitch Floyd. Here's Fox. She's locked at level 32, and she is a Fox. Can't show you her outfits. Haven't unlocked her yet, but that's Fox. That's her name, Fox. One word, like Seal, like McLovin. Just one word, Fox. And then we got Sheldon Finkelstein. I don't know which movie he comes from, but he's got pretty good stealth, decent strength, average repair. Let's check his outfits. He's only got one. He doesn't have a spring break like anybody else or a Halloween costume, but that's Sheldon. And we got Victoria Sterling. She's locked. Can't show your outfits, but she's lucky as a motherfucker. She's stealthy as a motherfucker. She got some good endurance. Victoria Sterling. And then we got Vanessa Jones. Those are your camp counselors. And I will play as a counselor just so you can see how the counselors stack up against the survivors in Dead by Daylight. Now, let's do another Jason match. Let's do offline. And maybe I'll do a online match so you guys can see how that operates. So we'll do one more on offline. It's Jason. We'll do bots. We did Pack and Sack. We did Crystal's Lake. Let's do... You guys want to see Jarvis House or Pinehurst? Let's do Jarvis House. And for that, we are going to use... So we've already used the part 5. And we used the part 7. Part 8 and 9 are locked. So we have to choose between the part 2, the part 3, or the part 6. Let's use the part... Let me see. Part 4 is locked. Let's use the part 2. Let's use part 2, Jason. And we'll keep it at 7 counselors. And as always, if you guys are new to the channel, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. You can be notified when I upload new gameplay videos and when I do live broadcasts. If you're enjoying the content I'm creating here tonight for you, smash that like button, leave us a comment. Let us know how you're liking Friday the 13th game. Let us know whether you agree or disagree with how it stacks up against Dead by Daylight. And this is Jason Part 2. Those are my strengths and weaknesses. And again, I'm starting.
Make them remember what they did to us, Jason. Kill them.
Now, Part 2's Jason can run, which is always useful. But I cannot, well, at least not yet. I can't. It's called Shift, where he kind of seems like he's teleporting across the map. Blink, it would be the equivalent of blink. But yeah, leave us a comment and let us know what you're thinking about the game Friday the 13th. How you think it compares to Dead by Daylight. Which game you think is better. And more importantly, let me know if you agree or disagree with my, I know I heard somebody, with my assessment about which game is better, which will be coming at the end of this video. You don't want a Jason that can run. Did she go in the basement? I am. Wow, she ran all the way to the next house. Her little ass is fast. Here's another pro I like about this game. I like the fact, girl.
They want to hurt
I like the
you,
fact
Jason.
that the maps
Don't
are
let
large and identical to what you saw in the movie. And they include many different elements, water elements, ground elements. Go right out the door. He opened that door all politely. So I do like the fact that the maps are, you know, pretty sizable here, and they have many different elements to them. I hear her. Man, what the hell? How they? Guys are making me waste all my stuff. They moving though.
You from me, Jason. Don't let them.
What? Come on, Jason. Pay attention, bro.
They deserve to die, Jason. Make them suffer.
Yeah, you messed up. Everybody has a freaking knife or fireworks.
Find them. Kill them.
Oh no, they called the cops already? She jumped out the window, dummy.
deserve to die, Jason. Make them suffer.
Yeah, it's like that. Notice Dead by Daylight has absolutely no water elements. So in that area, I would have to give this game a pro. Maybe Dead by Daylight doesn't need water elements for what it does, but the fact that, like I said, this game, you are Jason. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Is this the back of the house or the front? Like, okay. They didn't lock the door. Oh, they even still, they're not even in here anymore. They making me work for this, boy. She didn't even close the door. Ooh, bikini madness, baby. Oh, okay.
Jason, my boy, do you know what your gift is? No matter what they do to you, you
Damn, they
cannot
jumping
die.
out second floor windows?
You can never die.
Please help anyone! Please! Anyone!
I thought it was two of them. It is. They went in this house. And they left the door open. And they saw the girl that I already crushed.
No! No! Someone help!
Oh, what?
Take you from me, Jason. Don't let them.
No, you ain't getting away. Yo, why couldn't he finish her?
Find them.
The
Kill
hell?
them.
He should have been able to finish her right there. Yo. You gotta kill yo. Too much.
They want to
Why,
hurt
I
you,
can't finish her
Jason.
on the porch? Are you
Don't
serious?
let them.
Okay, she likes windows.
Please, no!
I saw this one already, Jason.
Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer like we did.
They locked me in the house. Oh no, the cops are here.
They want to hurt you, Jason. Don't let them.
He's coming! Help! Ah!
Yo, are you kidding me? It's like everybody has a knife or fireworks. Everybody. Now, when you play the online mode, you have to find these things inside of the cabins. Not all cabins have them. But these bots are like, nah. And again, I can see their aura because I put on my sensibility. I think that lasts about 15 seconds or so. It lets me know a general direction where they are or what cabin they're in. And I'm going to kill these guys because they called the cops. Excuse me. You better run your ass back in there, because if I get my hands on you. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's got a knife.
Me, Jason. Don't let them.
He can run, but he really ain't running. Oh no. Cops are arriving. Oh. She made it out. You ain't making it out. Yeah, you ain't making it, my guy. I can jog behind this guy. He just casually strolling like, oh, you ain't making it out the camp, buddy. Sorry.
That's my Jason. That's my special boy.
So only got 4 out of 7. So
It's all done now, Jason. Your job is through. Return to Mommy.
yeah, that's not good. So look at that. Escaped, folded, stomped, escaped, stomped, escaped. Alright, so I've shown you guys this, the camp counselors. I've shown you guys the what do you call it? The different versions of Jason. So now let me, while we're sitting here at the main menu and I'm trying to figure out what else I want to show you, let me talk about the pros and cons up until this point, because I'm going to play as a camp counselor so you guys can experience that. So if I go to customize once again, that's just Jason or the camp counselor or the spawn preference. This basically determines when you play online who you prefer to play as. Do you prefer to play as Jason, or do you prefer to play as a counselor, or do you have no preference and you want the game to determine that? Here's the first con to this game. Obviously, because the game is Friday the 13th, everybody wants to play as Jason. However, when you play online, of the 8 people in the lobby, only 1 can be Jason, and it's randomized. Majority of the time you play this online, you will end up being one of the camp counselors and not Jason. Okay, you can check Jason off as your preference, but practically everybody has Jason as their preference. So 90% of the time that you play online, 95, you will be a camp counselor, which is the first con of this game. This is where Dead by Daylight will be given a pro over this game, because in Dead by Daylight, if you prefer to play as the killer, you are going to be match made as the killer, and you get to play as the killer of your preference with the abilities you choose. You have more control over whether you play as a survivor or the killer in Dead by Daylight, and that is the first pro that I will give Dead by Daylight over this game when it comes to the multiplayer aspect. Now, the pro of this game is that because they were aware of that, we'll do a wait a minute. Offline. Let's look at the virtual cabin. So at least you guys are seeing something while I'm explaining. Now, like I said, the developers were aware of the fact that the multiplayer mode, everybody wants to be Jason. So the balance they provided is the offline mode, which Dead by Daylight does not have. to give you the chance to play as Jason and familiarize yourself with him. Okay, and they've also given you challenges. I'm going to do a couple of those so you can see what that plays like. And this area is the virtual cabin. So this is a cabin at Crystal Lake, and this is where certain things are found. Like you see caps. I can interact with stuff in the cabin. Laptop, where you can, look at. You can change the date, counselor database. You can reset the cabin. You can check for updates. You can put in little codes in here and stuff, and they will unlock like hidden things. Like apparently you can play as Jason X, which was the Jason that was in outer space. You can get that particular Jason in game. Here's this dumbass right here. Okay, paper. Oh wow, that's Jason as a boy. So you can interact with this stuff here.
Okay, so did you want to do an intro? Hello. Welcome to the virtual cabin. I'm Chuck Brenner,
And again,
CEO of Ilphonic, and we are the developers behind Friday the 13th, the game.
You hear that?
Which you are currently playing now. Is there anything you want to say to the fans? Sure. I just want to say thanks for playing and supporting the game. Our fan base has been incredible. This project has exceeded even our wildest dreams, and that's because of all your continued and amazing support. So where are we? So this is the virtual cabin, 2.0 to be exact. The virtual cabin was a way for our backers to check out new art assets and discover a few hidden Easter eggs as we were building the game. It was a really engaging way to show a sneak peek at what we were developing. So, why bring it back? A ton of work went into researching the Friday the 13th films for the game, and we wanted to present a fun way to go behind the scenes and learn more about how the movies and the game were made. Consider this as an expanded virtual museum, a space where you can explore the lore of Friday the 13th and take it all in. Who knows? There might even be a few new Easter eggs to discover. If you go digging deep enough. Sorry,
So,
I didn't mean for that to sound so ominous.
So, you come upstairs in the cabin, got all these different, look, coming soon. So I can't open that yet. I can open this one. Come in the room, they got all types of stuff in here that you can interact with. Horse, tents, books. All these are things that were in different movies. So this is pretty cool. But like I said, the developers were aware of the fact that everybody online wants to play as Jason, so they gave you the offline mode where you can play as Jason and kill the bots, and they have the challenge mode where you have different ways that you have to kill counselors in order to complete the challenges. And I think that is cool. That provides the right level of balance for the inability to have total control over playing as Jason in the online mode. So that's a pro for this game. So you have the one con: in the multiplayer mode, you may not get Jason like you want. But a pro is they provide a balance of that with the offline mode and the challenges. Dead by Daylight will get a pro in that area because you have full control over whether you play as a counselor, a survivor, or a killer. It's locked, really? Holy shnikes, huh? Tiffany Cox and Kenny Rydell. Okay. You don't know what you're gonna. Whoa. Whoa, what is she doing? That's Jenny Myers. No relation to Michael Myers. This is Deborah. Then they give you all these little Easter egg type things. This is a pro to the game because if you're a real fan of the Friday the 13th series, you're going to appreciate this cabin and everything in this game because, like I said in their little tape, they did the research. They want you to be immersed and feel like you're at Camp Crystal Lake. And I can respect that. So that's definitely going to be a pro. But Dead by Daylight gets a pro in that area too because their killers are well thought out. They all play differently. They all have their unique abilities. and Dead by Daylight works. So they both get pros in that area. Now, while we're here in the cabin, another pro to this game is because you're playing exclusively as Jason, and they put so much research into playing as Jason. You guys saw me play 3 matches as Jason. You saw how gruesome the kills are. Just like in the Friday the 13th movies, Jason has some outlandish, stupidly outlandish ways that he kills the victims in the movies. And as you can just saw, a lot of those type of outlandish kills are incorporated into this game. Now he has weapon kills that are specific to whatever weapon he's holding. The weapon is specific to which version of Jason you're using. So you have a chance to execute anywhere from 3 to 6 different weapon kills per match. Or then you have the face button kills, and there's 4 of those, which brings you to 10 different ways Jason can kill him. And then he has the environmental kills. So as you saw in one of the matches, I slammed a choke slammed a female into the chair and then folded her up. That was an environmental kill. You saw the sleeping bag kill where I bashed the sleeping bag against the tree. That's an environmental kill. You saw me throw somebody against the wall and stomp on their spine. You saw me throw somebody's face in a fireplace and stomp on them. These are environmental kills. I don't know how many of those there are, but they're more than I showed you. So on every different match, Jason has an endless variety of ways that he can kill the camp counselors. That is a pro. Dead by Daylight, you can only sacrifice the survivors to the entity on the hooks, and if it's the last survivor and you have the secret ability unlocked, you can kill the last remaining survivor before they escape through the hatch or through the exit gate. Okay, so I mean, while you still do get a kill, it's only one kill and it's specific to the killer that you're using. Jason has a variety of ways he can eliminate the counselors. That is going to be a pro for this game, Friday the 13th. Okay, let's do now some challenges so that you guys can see how those work. Yes. Actually, let's play an online match because that's what you really want to see. Let's do a quick play. Now, sometimes it takes I'm sorry, I had muted my mic. Alright, so my apologies, guys. I had muted my mic there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're waiting for one more, I guess. Oh, wow. Now that was fast. I was not expecting that. So this is the online mode. Now I'm one of the camp counselors, so.
Oh God! What am I gonna do?
First thing you're gonna do, you're gonna close this door, and you're gonna barricade it. Make sure he doesn't pop in on you. So as you can see, what is that out there? Okay, so we gotta check around for stuff. So I armed myself. This is great. Okay. That means he's near, I suppose. We'll keep the machete. Always close doors. I can lock them as well. So you can barricade doors, you can lock doors. And if Jason is near, it'll slow him down. Now the purpose of this is simply trying to find stuff. Here's the map. It's not a map. What is that? A car part. I'm not the car guy. So I'm going to keep the... So there's really nothing of use in here. I feel like he's close because the music keeps changing. There's another weapon. The restroom should have something in it. I don't have a flashlight, so I can't see very well. He's somewhere around here. I gotta get out of here because he's near me. So the music keeps changing. Yeah, you see, he broke the thing. Maybe I can repair it. Nope. Somewhere near here. Fireworks.
No! Stop!
What the hell was that? Oh, he jumped in. What, are you gonna go out the door? That's a dumb move, isn't it? I locked it. Yeah, let's go. We're gonna go together. Pause. That didn't come out right.
Damn it! Just die!
Yes, Sirski. Yes, Sirski. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. He's getting finished in that cabin. Let me get my ass out of here before he finishes me too. Ah! Yo. Oh my gosh. So he killed me. So So we're gonna go in spectator mode and watch the rest of this match. As you see, it's 14 minutes remaining in this match if he does not kill everybody else. So while we're spectating, I'll go over the pros of the multiplayer mode when you're playing as a counselor. So as you can see, the counselors have many different ways they can fight back.
Please, no!
See this?
You want some more?
You want some more?
Yeah, baby. So you see, the counselors have many different ways that they can fight back against Jason. You got her. So not only can the counselors break free from his grip with a knife to the neck or either fireworks, but other counselors can also come and rescue them by attacking Jason and causing him to drop him. Yo, this dude is good as Jason too. Why did you wait? Are you gonna fight him or what?
Please, no!
He just threw him. And that was a very quick match. Ended fairly quickly. Looks like two of the guys disconnected. That's why it was over so quick. Alright, so I showed you guys the multiplayer mode, and as you can see, in the multiplayer mode, Jason, who plays as Jason, is 100% randomized. Everybody who owns this game wants to play as Jason, so 99% of the time that you play online, then maybe that's a little too high. So there's 8 players selected online, 1 person will be Jason. Majority of the time you will be a counselor, and the counselor that you play as is randomized. You don't get to pick your preferred counselor, so it's totally randomized, but you can assign the perks. The perks that you've picked for your counselor will be transferred to whichever counselor you're randomly chosen to play as. So there's pros and cons to this. The cons are, well, let me go with the pros. The pros are, you have to know every counselor. Let's go to offline. Let's go to a challenge. And as you can see, this is the challenge mode. But the pros to that are, you have to know every single counselor. You have to know what their attributes are and what they're good at. Every single one. So if you're randomized as, I don't know, somebody who's good at repairing cars, you need to know that this particular counselor is good at repairing cars. So you know that your mission in the online map is to find the gasoline, the car parts, and everything you need to repair the car and get it started. Now, unfortunately, you guys were not able to see somebody successfully do that, because then it becomes kind of like a, you know, the counselor gets in the car. Once they find the keys, the gas, any parts to repair it, one person drives and the other counselors can meet up with that person, and they can get in the car and they can drive out of Crystal Lake. Now, the gameplay changes for Jason at that point, because he can teleport and he can damage the car or appear right in front of the car and impede on your movement to get past him. So that's great. He can also snatch your ass right out of the car and kill you inside the car, outside the car. You guys didn't get to see that yet. So that's one of the pros / cons. If you don't know all the counselors, you don't know what your randomized counselor is going to be good at, which means you're not going to be performing the way you should, and it's going to make it harder for you guys to escape. So that's the pro and con to the multiplayer mode here. Dead by Daylight, obviously, all the survivors have the same objective: fix the generators and survive the night. So, I mean, to each his own, I guess. I'm not saying which is better. I do kind of prefer the counselors here over the survivors in Dead by Daylight. I have never played as a survivor in Dead by Daylight. You know what I mean? Because it just, I don't know. It just, these games seem like you want to play as a killer. So let's do one of these challenges. So next challenge, locked, 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 locked. I did this one. I didn't finish all of them. Broken down. Power struggle. So we'll do 2 of these. So we'll do, so let's do lights out and stargazing. So let's do, can I change my killer? Pick Jason. And I want to play as, well, you guys haven't seen part 3s, Jason, so let me play as part 3s, Jason. And we'll do these challenges. So we'll start. And like I said, I like this because it allows you to play as Jason.
The car is dead, everyone is missing, and the phone line was cut, and now the power is out. This is really starting to freak me out, Kenny.
I know, it's weird. But it's probably nothing.
No, too many things are happening for this all to be a coincidence. Something feels wrong.
Chad must not have topped off the generator with gas. Probably toking too much of his weed.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'll try to relax.
You rest here. I'll go see what's the matter with the generator.
So this is the challenge mode.
So young. So pretty. Kill them all, Jason.
Now, I wish I could see what the challenges were, but you have to pay attention to what the challenges are.
Help! Oh, God! No!
That's my boy. Hunt them down and make them pay.
Shit.
So I should have paid attention to what the challenges were prior to starting the match. But this is where it kind of plays like Hitman, the Hitman game. So you have to know what your objectives are, and in order to X that challenge, to complete that challenge, you have to perform the tasks that is associated with said challenge. You missed. Wow. She got away. Let's do a different challenge. But yeah, the challenge mode is cool because it gives you objectives.
Mother is talking to you. Find them.
And in order to, you see, so here are the objectives. So smash AJ and Kenny's heads together just before they escape. I did not do that. Stop any counselor in their tracks with a stop sign. I must have done that. Not this time, but maybe one of the other times I played this challenge. Smash any counselor's head in a door. So you play the challenge multiple times and you can, you know, finish the challenges in different ways. Kill both counselors within 2 minutes of the start of the mission. Use a tree to rip off a challenger's arms. A counselor's arms. So you kind of get the drift. We're going to do a different challenge. One that may be a little bit let's see what's up with. Let's see, this one I almost finished. I did. Catch any counselor in a trap. Let's do this one. Let's take a look at this one. So I do like the fact that the developers put a lot of thought into this game and playing as Jason and capturing that feel of Friday the 13th.
Whoa, did you just hear that? Sounded like screaming.
Probably someone getting bonked upstairs, man. How come you don't get loud when we get it on?
Well, you're just gonna have to keep trying, babe. No!
Holy shit! What's going on? What are you doing?
Just testing it out, honey.
Well, cut it out. You're harshing my high, babe.
Be a doll and go check the fuse, please.
Like me. Not the fucking electrician here.
Don't be scared, man.
They're out there, Jason. Find them and get your revenge.
Hey, all the way over here, I guess. I love this. They're not in. He's over there.
Okay, Mitch. Don't fry yourself. Ah!
That's my Jason. That's my special boy.
Mitch, come in here. I'll let you have your way with me. Mitch, what's the holdup? Smoking a J out there, man?
going out there to find him. Where the hell did she go? No survivors failed. Hear me. How do you not hear these footsteps?
That's my Jason. That's my special, special boy.
We in here. You dumbass. You gonna run in here.
Please, no!
Fucking rap, buddy.
Yes. Kill for mother.
And as you see these challenges, they can't be short if you don't do them correctly. It's intended for you to stalk and wait for certain moments, and
make them remember.
as you can see, catch a counselor in a trap, complete the entire mission without using your shift ability as part 6, Jason. Roast Chad in the fireplace, boil AJ's face in the kitchen. There's so many different ways that you can eliminate these counselors. Which is the reason why you'd have to play the challenge multiple times to complete them a different way. Look at it. Electrocute Mitch to death on the generator. It's crazy, right? So yeah, we're gonna no, we're not gonna restart. We're gonna go back to the menu. So yeah, how we doing on time? Let me see. Alright, we're at 2 hours. So yeah, so before I get into the breakdown, pros and cons, and which game I think is better. As always, if you're new to the channel, I invite you to hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified when I upload new gameplay videos or when I do live broadcasts. If you're enjoying the content that you're viewing on my channel, especially the content you're viewing here tonight of this playthrough of Friday the 13th the game, smash that like button and leave us a comment. Let me know what you think about the game. Let me know how you think it stacks up against its direct competitor, Dead by Daylight. And let me know which game you think is better. And finally, after I give you my assessment, let me know if you agree in the comment section. So, pros, I'll go over the pros and then the cons. Friday the 13th the game. Pro. You play exclusively as Jason Voorhees. Because of this, the developers are able to focus their intention entirely on Jason and how he plays. You don't get to play as any other killers except Jason. You get to play as different variations of Jason according to which part of Friday the 13th we're talking about. And that particular Jason is tailored specifically to the Jason associated with that part of the movie, which means his attributes, his traits, his mannerisms, behaviors, even down to his weapon and look are all associated with the Jason that correlates to which Friday the 13th part, movie part you're playing as. I think that is outstanding. Con, or pro for Dead by Daylight, should I say, is you get to play as many different killers. Some of them are legendary, iconic killers: Freddy Krueger, Ghostface, Texas Chainsaw, Pinhead. Yeah, you know, the list goes on. And each killer in Dead by Daylight, it is unique. So That's a pro for both games. I'm not going to knock either game for that. Pro, both areas. Pro for Friday the 13th. You play in a third-person perspective as the killer, which gives you a bigger field of vision. Okay, so which means as Jason, you get to see Jason's entire body, and you can see more of everything around him. And because of how his abilities works, I think that's best. When you use the shift ability, I mean, that could be a first-person ability, but you know, using your sense ability, I mean, I suppose they all could work in first person, but I think it gives Jason the killer equal footing in this game. Whereas in Dead by Daylight, the killer is first person perspective and the survivors are third person perspective. So the survivors kind of have an advantage because when they're looping and running circles around you, you can easily lose track of them because your field of vision is so narrow. So I have to give this game a pro for that aspect in terms of strategy play. So this game has a pro because the killer gets to see in third person perspective. I would have to give that as a con to Dead by Daylight. Even though the first person perspective works for the game, I think it's more advantageous for the killer to be able to see in third person perspective. So I'm going to have to give Friday the 13th a pro in that department. Dead by Daylight will receive a con. Playing as a survivor in Dead by Daylight versus playing as a counselor in Friday the 13th the game. Here once again I have to give the advantage to Friday the 13th the game. In Friday the 13th the game, when you play as a counselor, counselors are very specific. As I showed you guys in the beginning of this video, the counselors have different attributes for their traits. They all have the same traits, but their attributes change for that trait. Okay, I think that makes the counselors more unique. Okay, and because of this, the counselors have very specific play styles that should be adapted to that particular counselor. So for example, if you know you're using counselor A, you know he needs to be the one who's physically attacking Jason because it's going to do more damage. If you're using counselor B, you know he has the best or the highest repair ability to fix either the boat or the car. So you need to use him to fix the boat or the car and not so much trying to fight Jason. You understand, like, certain counselors have certain attributes and you have to play to that counselor's attribute advantage. That is an advantage I have to give Friday the 13th the game, because the survivors in Dead by Daylight all seem to have the same objective. Now, while you can put a perk on them to, you know, modify their play style somewhat, they ultimately have the same objective, which is repair the generators, get the exit gate open, and escape either via the exit gate or through the hatch if you are the last remaining survivor. Whereas on Friday the 13th, the game, you really have to tailor your play style to the counselor that you're using, and there are many other ways to escape. So you guys didn't get to see it, but you can escape by boat. If you repair the boat, find all the parts to the boat in the cabins or around the camp, which would basically be gas, motor parts. If you repair the boat, you can escape the map on the boat. Same thing you can do with the car. If you find the gas, the parts for the engine, and the keys, you can start the ignition on the car, and you can fit up to 4 counselors in the car, and you can escape that way. So now you can escape by water in the boat, you can escape in the car, you can call the police to come to the camp, as you guys did see, and the counselors can escape by foot if they go to the exit gate where the police are located, because Jason will not pursue them. So that's 3 ways. And last but not least, you can call in the reinforcements, which would be Tommy Jarvis. Tommy Jarvis will show up with a shotgun and he will fight with Jason. Now, the beautiful thing about that is the survivor, one of the survivors, counselors, who has been killed, will be randomly selected to take control of Tommy Jarvis in the event that a remaining counselor called Tommy Jarvis in. So it gives that counselor another chance to play and, you know, be victorious in the match. And the final way that the counselors can win on Friday the 13th is by defeating Jason. Now, there's a series of events that has to take place in order for you to defeat Jason, and I won't spoil what those series of events are for those of you who are interested in purchasing this game for yourself and enjoying it and figuring out those ways. But yes, you can actually defeat Jason, and as a hint, it is something that you must do from one of the movies that he was defeated in. And that's all I'm going to give you. So the counselors have 4 different ways that they can survive the night, whereas in Dead by Daylight they have 2. You either escape through the exit gate or you escape through the hatch. You can't really fight back. You can stun the killer with fireworks. You can't really fight back like the counselors. The survivors on Dead by Daylight can't really fight back as you saw the counselors can do here on Friday the 13th. So you already know what I'm going to say. Advantage to Friday the 13th. And I would have to say that is a pro for Friday the 13th and a con for Dead by Daylight. Alright? So it is better to play as a counselor in Friday the 13th as opposed to a survivor in Dead by Daylight. Multiplayer. Now in this area I would have to give the advantage to Dead by Daylight. And the reason I give that the advantage to Dead by Daylight is because you have more control over how you play. The multiplayer aspect, as Dead by Daylight is a multiplayer game only. It does not have an offline mode, a story mode, or anything like that. It's entirely, you know, multiplayer online, and they give you more control over how you play it. Are you going to play as a killer, and which killer? Are you going to play as a survivor, and which survivor? Which perks are you going to equip that survivor with, and how are you going to use those perks to play as that particular survivor? You have total control over who you play as, and in a sense, how you play as that person. Friday the 13th online multiplayer, as you guys just saw, you do have a preference that you can set as to whether you would prefer to play as Jason, whether you would prefer to play as a counselor, or whether you have no preference and you want to be completely randomized. The problem with this is it really does not matter what your preference is set to. Majority of people who play this game want to experience it as Jason, so they have their preference set as Jason. And what this means for you is when you join an online lobby, 9 times out of 10, in fact it's even more than that, I would say 95 times out of 100, maybe not that high. I don't think I've played 100 matches yet. But let's say 9 times out of 10, you are going to end up playing as one of the camp counselors, and that may not be your preference. And you may play as a camp counselor far more often than you get to play as Jason online. And for that reason alone, I give an advantage to Dead by Daylight, because you have more control over who you play as and how. Complexity. The advantage here goes to Friday the 13th, the game. Because as you can see, it does not matter whether you play as Jason or whether you play as one of the camp counselors. There is much more complexity to the gameplay. Jason can stalk. He can sense where your survivors are. He can shift or blink across the map to close distance quickly. Some Jasons can run, some can set traps, some can throw knives. Some have increased durability, increased stamina. You know, some of them can move faster in the water. He has many different kills that he can execute. Hell, if you take every weapon kill and every unlockable kill and every environmental kill, I think Jason can eliminate the camp counselors on this game probably more than 40 different ways. Whereas in Dead by Daylight, it doesn't matter which killer you pick, there's only 2 ways to eliminate the survivors. Sacrifice them to the entity on the hook, or if you have the offering equipped, you can kill the last remaining survivor by hand. So only 2 ways, whereas Jason has 40 plus, so it's a no-brainer. Advantage in this area for the killer's complexity goes to Jason in Friday the 13th again. Complexity as far as the counselors versus the survivors, advantage goes to Friday the 13th. The counselors are more complex, and they have more different ways that they can survive the nights. They can survive it. They can escape on water, in a boat. They can escape in a vehicle, in a car. They can escape on foot by calling the police. They can fight Jason off and defeat him. And lastly, they can call in Tommy Jarvis, which is kind of like the reinforcements. And he is kind of like a survivor hocked up on steroids. So complexity advantage goes to the camp counselors in Friday the 13th. Fun factor. Okay. I think this is a matter of preference. Okay. If you're a Jason Voorhees fan and you're really into the Friday the 13th franchise, you can recant everything that happened in part 1, part 2, all the way to Jason X and the remake. You're probably going to have a lot more fun playing Friday the 13th again, because that's what you're a huge fan of. If you like playing several different killers that don't have their own video games, you're probably going to enjoy Dead by Daylight more. Personally, I enjoy Dead by Daylight more. The fun factor, even though Dead by Daylight is not as complex as Friday the 13th the game is, whether you're using a killer or you're using a survivor, Dead by Daylight has a better fun factor. I guess the gameplay is a little bit faster paced, and I guess if you're playing as a survivor, which I never have, it seems like you would be kept on the edge. You know, you'd be a little anxious because the killer has, you know, so many different advantages. You know, so I give the fun factor edge to Dead by Daylight. Now, even though this game is fun, you know what I mean, the pacing of it is, in my opinion, it's perfect for Jason, but it's not as fast as Dead by Daylight, and I think I prefer the fast pacedness of Dead by Daylight. Now, offline modes, and this will be the last category I think I can touch on. Offline modes, Dead by Daylight doesn't have any. Okay, so the offline modes have to go to Friday the 13th because it at least gives you private matches that you can invite your friends to. It gives you the challenge modes that you guys are looking at presently, and it gives you the offline bot mode, where you can pick any Jason and you can select the difficulty that you want the bots to play at, how many bots you want it to be, and it'll almost feel like you're playing as Jason online against a bunch of, you know what I mean, intelligent players. So Dead by Daylight does not give you the ability to practice as these killers to learn their abilities. You almost have to be thrown in the trenches of a multiplayer match, and you have to learn while playing, much like I did in my individual killer playthrough series on Dead by Daylight. This is how I learned the killers that I prefer to play as and how their abilities work. So I give the advantage there to Friday the 13th, the game. That being said, there are many more advantages and many more pros that Friday the 13th, the game, has over Dead by Daylight. Now, which game is better? It's going to be a tough question, and it's going to be, my answer may be controversial, but I'm going to have to say that Dead by Daylight is the better game, despite the fact that Friday the 13th, the game, has more advantages over Dead by Daylight. Complexity, offline modes, different versions of Jason, solely focused on the version of Jason that you chose to use based on a movie that Jason version came from. The counselors, I mean, everything in this game is exactly like it is in Friday the 13th franchise. And despite all of that and all of the advantages that this game has over Dead by Daylight, I would pick up Dead by Daylight and play Dead by Daylight for a few hours before I choose to pick up this game. Now, I don't want to say that it's because this game kind of, you know, died down because there's some type of lawsuit between the developers of this game, and there's something going on. There's some type of legal thing that kind of shut this game down. Not all the way, but you see that people still play online, and the matchmaking is rather quicker than Dead by Daylight actually. But you know, I don't want to say that that's what did it, but yeah, if you had to ask me, Dead by Daylight is the better game because of the fun factor and because of the fact that you get to play as many different killers who are all still unique and have their own individual play style. Despite the fact that this game is actually good, and I think it is often overlooked by a lot of people who enjoy games that play like and similar to Dead by Daylight, Dead by Daylight is definitely the better game. Now what I'm going to do one more challenge for you guys, and then I'm going to wrap up this gameplay video comparison of Friday the 13th, the game, versus Dead by Daylight. But before I do that, as always, if you're new to the channel, I'm going to invite you to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when I upload new gameplay videos, and also when I do live broadcasts. If you're enjoying the content you're viewing here tonight and this playthrough of Friday the 13th, the game, smash that like button, leave us a comment, let us know what you think about Friday the 13th, the game. Let us know if you agree with my pros and cons. Let me know what you would change about this game to make it better. Let me know which game you think is better between Friday the 13th, the game, and Dead by Daylight. And let me know if you agree with my opinion about which game is better and why. Or even if you disagree, why so? So we're going to do one more challenge. We'll do this one. Let me read over these. Kill a counselor with a throwing knife. Throw a counselor out of a window. Get three skulls. That's part 3, Jason. So I gotta use part 3. Shoot Tiffany with the harpoon gun. Wow. Slaughter Shelly with the Sif in the barn. Yeah, I don't know that. We're gonna try that one. I don't know that I can do it, but we'll do it. Let's pick. It said it's part 3, Jason. We'll accept. And we'll start. How we doing on time? Alright, yeah, so we're gonna have to wrap up after this video. Or after this,
You give up?
match.
Are you nuts? You gonna surrender yet?
Haha! Never!
I know how to end this. Hey, Kenny, how about you show me what else you can do with those hands?
You win.
Come on, Kenny, upstairs. Now.
Well, that leaves you and me, I guess.
You're truly good at that.
Nah, just something I picked up at band camp. Tiffany, I like you. A lot. Maybe we could...
I don't think so. I'm gonna go for a walk. We'll talk when I get back.
talk. Yeah. Sure. Sounds great. Bimbo.
Make them remember what they did to us, Jason. Kill them.
Kill for mother. Oh, they're in that house right there. There's Tiffany. She's going for her walk. Walking the mile, walking the mile. Walking the nice green mile. Tiffany don't even know what's about to happen to her stinking ass. Kill them. Kill for mother. Boy, got some heavy footsteps, boy. He got on concrete shoes. Oh no, Tiffany's glitching out. Don't turn around, baby. Don't turn around. Oh no. We didn't want you to see me, Tiffany. I'm gonna break your skull.
That's my Jason. That's my special, special boy.
Oh, what are you doing outside, bro? Oh, he gonna lock that door. I'm going in through the kitchen.
Ah!
Oh, they went upstairs? Bet. I got you now. You're gonna run right into me, aren't you?
Ah!
Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer like we did.
You ain't really running, are you?
That's my boy. Hunt them down and make them pay.
Everything failed, even though I eliminated them. Wasn't there a female survivor that went upstairs with somebody?
They weren't paying any attention to you, Jason. Make them remember.
2 minutes and 29 seconds. Oh, I killed a survivor with a thorn knife. I did get that one. Okay. So we're gonna go back to the main menu, and yeah, that's gonna wrap up this this gameplay video in comparison between Friday the 13th, the game, and Dead by Daylight. Which game is better? Pros and cons of each game. Which game is better and why? And if you missed that, Dead by Daylight, in my opinion, is the better game, despite the fact that Friday the 13th does so many things well. I still chose Dead by Daylight for the sheer fun factor and the variety in the killers that you can use. Also, the pacing of the matches is a little bit more to my liking. And that's going to do it for this video. And as always, if you're new to the channel, we invite you to hit that subscribe button. That way you can be notified when I upload new gameplay videos and do live broadcasts. If you enjoyed the content you viewed here tonight, smash that like button, leave us a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know which game do you think is better, Friday the 13th the game or Dead by Daylight. Let me know which game you prefer and why. And let me know if there's anything you can change about either game. Let me know what that would be also. This is Codebreaker Gaming. I'm going to be signing out for tonight. And we will see you all tomorrow when we pick back up with the Dead by Daylight series and the individual killer play style. Codebreaker Gaming signing out. And I want to thank you all for joining me here tonight for this playthrough of Friday the 13th. The game. I hope you all have a good night. And we will see you all tomorrow. Peace.